wind swept across the desolate island, and Roz stood motionless, her sensors trying to make sense of this unfamiliar world. She was alone, surrounded by towering trees, the crashing waves of the ocean, and the wary gazes of the animals. This was not the place she was built for, yet here she was, an outsider in a world that didn't seem to want her. Have you ever felt lost in this vast world, alone, unsure of where to begin? This is the journey of Roz, a robot stranded in the wild, far from the life she was designed for. Yet, from this solitude, she teaches us profound lessons about life and connection. Let's embark on this extraordinary journey together. Lesson 1. Adaptation and overcoming adversity. The sky darkened as storm clouds gathered above the island. The once gentle breeze turned into howling gusts that bent the trees and scattered leaves across the rugged terrain. Roz stood in the open, her metallic frame trembling as rain began to fall in heavy sheets. The unfamiliar roar of thunder echoed through the hills, and the flash of lightning illuminated her in the storm's chaos. For a moment, she was paralyzed by the overwhelming sights and sounds of this untamed world. She wasn't built for this. Her programming didn't prepare her for the wild. But Roz didn't give in to fear. Step by step, she started to observe. She noticed how the animals scurried to find shelter, how they used the natural landscape to protect themselves from the elements. Her sensors tracked the safest paths, her mind processing every detail. Bit by bit, Roz began to adapt. She found a rocky overhang and huddled beneath it, her metal body shielding her from the relentless rain. That night, she realized something profound. Survival required more than just standing still. It demanded learning, growth, and action. Roz's journey is a testament to the power of adaptability, a skill that has shaped many great lives. Take, for example, Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty in rural Mississippi, Oprah faced unimaginable challenges from a young age. She endured hardship after hardship, losing loved ones, surviving abuse, and being told she wasn't good enough. But Oprah didn't let these adversities define her. Instead, she observed, learned, and adapted. She seized every opportunity to grow, eventually becoming one of the most influential media figures in the world. Like Roz, Oprah turned her struggles into stepping stones, proving that resilience and adaptability can lead to incredible transformation. Thinking about Roz and Oprah, I can't help but reflect on my own life. There have been moments when I felt lost, overwhelmed by challenges that seemed impossible to overcome. But their stories remind me that every obstacle carries the seed of growth. When I face difficulties, I need to pause, observe, and find a way to adapt. With patience and persistence, I can turn those moments into opportunities for self-improvement. And what about you? Have you ever been thrust into an unfamiliar situation where you had no choice but to adapt? Maybe it was starting a new job, moving to a new city, or facing a sudden life change. How did you handle it? Share your story. I'm sure it will inspire others who are facing their own storms. Adaptation is the first step, but Roz's journey didn't stop there. She soon realized that survival alone wasn't enough. To truly thrive, she needed to connect. And that leads us to her next powerful lesson, the importance of building meaningful relationships. Lesson 2, friendship beyond differences. On a remote island brimming with life, Roz, a service robot with a metallic exterior and mechanical movements, was an outsider. The animals avoided her, wary of this strange, unnatural figure. But everything began to change when Roz discovered a cracked, orphaned goose egg. She gently nursed it, and from it hatched Brightbill, a tiny gosling. Roz became his caretaker, his protector, and his guide. As she lovingly raised Brightbill, the animals on the island began to see beyond her cold, metallic frame. Slowly but surely, Roz's acts of kindness, her patience, and her unwavering determination to help those around her won their trust. The once isolated robot became a valued member of their community, proving that true friendship can transcend even the starkest differences. Roz's journey is a powerful reminder that friendship doesn't rely on similarities, but thrives on understanding and compassion. This brings to mind the extraordinary work of Jane Goodall, a pioneer in the field of primatology. Despite the vast differences between herself and the chimpanzees she studied, Jane forged deep connections with them through her gentle, empathetic approach. Her groundbreaking work not only bridged the gap between humans and wildlife, but also taught the world that trust and connection can overcome even the most profound barriers. Reflecting on Roz and Jane's stories, I'm reminded of the importance of stepping outside my comfort zone to connect with others. A small act of kindness, a warm smile, a helping hand, or simply taking the time to listen can create a bridge where there once was a divide. What about you? Have you ever formed a bond with someone or something entirely different from yourself? How did that connection shape you? Share your story. It might inspire others to embrace the beauty of diversity. Friendship was a crucial milestone in Roz's journey, but it was only the beginning. She soon discovered that love and responsibility could bring a deeper sense of purpose. Let's uncover that next chapter. Lesson 3. Love and responsibility in family. As winter's chill tightened its grip on the island, a fierce snowstorm descended, blanketing the landscape in relentless white. Roz, ever observant, noticed animals struggling against the biting cold, their shelters inadequate against nature's fury. Determined to help, she opened her sturdy lodge to creatures in need, offering warmth and safety. Among them was Fink, the sly fox who had once eyed her with suspicion. Now, he curled up beside her, finding solace in the refuge she provided. Through these acts of care, Roz became a guardian to many, her love and responsibility extending beyond her immediate family to the entire island community. Roz's unwavering dedication to helping others, even those who once feared or mistrusted her, shows that family isn't just about shared bloodlines. True family is built through the care we give, the protection we offer, and the selfless acts that strengthen the bonds between us. This brings to mind the story of Steve Jobs, who was adopted as a child. Despite not being raised by his biological parents, he often spoke of the unwavering support and love from his adoptive parents, which played a crucial role in his journey to co-found Apple and revolutionize technology. His life illustrates that family is defined by the love and support we give and receive, regardless of genetic connections. Reflecting on Roz and Steve's experiences, I find myself pondering, am I dedicating enough time and effort to nurture the relationships that matter most? Am I giving enough time and love to my own family and those I hold dear? Perhaps it's a reminder to invest more deeply in the bonds that define my own sense of family. What about you? Have you experienced or witnessed acts of love and responsibility that redefined your understanding of family? Share your stories. They might inspire others to appreciate and strengthen their own bonds. Roz's journey of love and responsibility enriched her life and those around her. Yet her adventures didn't end there. She soon discovered the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. Let's delve into this next chapter of her story. Lesson 4. Harmony between technology and nature. In The Wild Robot, Roz, a service robot, finds herself stranded on a wild island filled with animals. To survive, she learns to live alongside nature. She uses her solar panels to recharge, creates simple tools from natural materials, and even helps the animals by repairing their shelters and clearing paths. Roz's actions show that technology doesn't have to harm the environment. It can work with nature to make life better for everyone. Roz's story teaches us that when we use technology carefully and responsibly, it can support and protect the natural world instead of destroying it. Her journey reminds us that we can find balance between progress and preserving the environment. This idea makes me think of Elon Musk, whose companies like Tesla and SolarCity are focused on reducing pollution and promoting renewable energy. By creating electric cars and solar power solutions, he's showing how innovation can help protect the planet and build a sustainable future. Roz's example, combined with Musk's work, inspires me to make better choices for the environment. Simple things like using less plastic, recycling, conserving energy, or supporting green technology can make a big difference when we all do them. How about you? What steps are you taking to protect the environment or use technology in a more eco-friendly way? Share your ideas. You might inspire someone else to take action. Roz's ability to live in harmony with nature is a powerful reminder of what's possible when we respect the world around us. But her story also shows us that resilience is just as important when facing challenges. Let's move on to her next lesson. Lesson 5. Perseverance in overcoming failure. The forest was quiet, except for the sound of leaves rustling in the breeze. Roz slowly made her way back to her shelter, her metal body dented and scratched from a wolf attack. Sparks flickered from a damaged joint, and every step felt like a struggle. Although Roz wasn't programmed to feel pain, her injuries made it hard to move. She stopped, scanned her surroundings, and then got to work, carefully repairing herself piece by piece. Despite being worn down and low on energy, she didn't give up. Roz kept going, determined to protect Brightbill and the other animals on the island. Roz's story shows us that failure is something we all face. it's unavoidable. But Roz also teaches us that failure isn't the end. It's an opportunity to try again, stronger and wiser. This reminds me of Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players in history. When he was in high school, he was cut from the varsity basketball team. For a young athlete, that kind of rejection could have been devastating, but instead of giving up, Jordan used it as motivation. He worked harder, practiced longer, and eventually became a global legend. His story proves that setbacks can become stepping stones if we keep pushing forward. Thinking about Roz and Jordan's journeys, I realize that failure is a natural part of life, whether in work, relationships, or personal goals. What matters is how we respond to it. Instead of letting failure defeat us, we can learn from it, get back up, and keep moving forward. What about you? Have you ever faced a big failure? How did you overcome it? Share your story. It could inspire someone who needs encouragement right now. Roz's journey reminds us that no matter what challenges come our way, perseverance can help us rise above them. It's a lesson we can carry with us every day, no matter the obstacles we face. Roz's journey is more than a tale of survival. It's a reflection of life's most profound lessons. She teaches us that no matter how unfamiliar or challenging our circumstances may be, we can adapt and grow. Her friendships remind us that genuine connections transcend differences, and her unconditional love for Brightbill shows the true essence of family. Above all, Roz's perseverance in the face of failure proves that setbacks are not the end, but opportunities to rise stronger. Her story encourages us to look inward and ask, how can we bring these lessons into our own lives? The answer lies in the small daily actions we take, choosing kindness, embracing diversity, nurturing our relationships, and standing resilient in the face of challenges. If Roz's story has touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. Let it inspire them to take their own small steps toward creating a better, more connected world. Because in the end, each of us has the power to make a difference, starting right now.